Nancy. For those of you I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Christine Beauregard, and I am the Industrial Security Curriculum Manager here at CDSE. I am going to be one of your presenters today. I'm going to be discussing our industrial security products and resources. So that basically means that you're stuck pretty much with me for the next 45 minutes, but don't despair because we do have one other presenter, and that's Ms. Mary Stetch of our Certification Division, and she's going to be discussing our SPEED certification program. So that'll be coming up in just a few minutes. Let's start off with one of our poll questions that Nancy just mentioned, just to see how often you visit our CDSE website. So if you'll select the most appropriate button for you, how often do you visit our website? Is it every day, every week, once a month? It's on your to-do list, you're planning to do it, or CDSE has a website, you didn't even know that we have a website. Choose your most appropriate for you. I'll give you a second to do that. Okay, it looks like we're kind of running neck and neck between every week and once a month, and I think that's really good news on my part. I'm glad that you're all taking advantage of our website, finding out what we have that can help you. And if you're not in that habit yet, I urge you to get into the habit of at least once a month. Once a week would be excellent to come check our website. It's always changing. We're always coming out with new products and resources that can help you out. So take advantage of them if you can. So here is the website. We're going to use this kind of as our home base, if you will, today to kind of highlight our products and resources for you. You can see that it's broken down into several sections that we'll discuss. We're going to spend most of our time in the last two sections there. When it comes to our website, I have some good news, I have some bad news, and I have some pretty exciting news for you. The good news is that there are a ton of great resources and products available to you right from that web page. The bad news is, although we have all those products, we find that not a lot of people know that they're there. And if you do know that they're there, you don't know how to find them. And hopefully we'll change that for you today. And the exciting news is that our web page is going to be changing. How about that? Another change. Take a look at the screen. This is what our web page looks at today. And I'll give you a view of what it's going to look like. And this is a view in the very near future. We're hoping by the end of March to convert over to this view. And although it looks and feels a little different here, rest assured that you'll be able to have access to all the great training products and resources that you currently have access to today. They'll all be there on this page as well. What we're going to be talking about today is going to fall into either the Take the Course category that you see here, the Attend a Webinar category that you see here, or the Resources category. And what Mary's going to talk to you about today is going to fall into Become Certified. Okay, so now that we've had our sneak peek, let's try one of those chat questions. Can you tell me how you usually search for your industrial security products and or resources on our website? Just go ahead and type your answer in. Okay, they use a search box. Very good. A dss.mil, search box, search field, search box. Okay, looks like most people are using a search box of some sort, and that's definitely one of the ways that you can do that. How I usually find things is to mention those 4 quadrants that you see on the screen. I usually look under those for what I'm looking for. And like I said, most of our products or resources you can find in the bottom 2, either Access Security Training and Job Aids or Access Toolkit. And we're going to take a look at those in a minute. But before we do that, I want to turn it over to Mary, and she's going to lead you through the SPEED certification process or program. Mary?
Thanks, Chris, and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be talking about the SPEED program. So how many of you have heard of SPEED? If you go ahead and look at the answers to that on the screen, you could please select either yes, I've not only heard of it, I participated in the program. Yes, I've heard of it, and I haven't signed up yet. No, I haven't heard of it. Or I'm not sure what you're talking about. So, okay, the answers are coming in, and we have, yes, a fifth of you have heard of it and participated in the program. Around half haven't signed up yet. They've heard of it. And then we have a few people that haven't heard of it, and also a couple people that are not sure what I'm talking about. Okay, like Chris mentioned earlier, my name is Mary Stetch. I work in the certification division here at CDSE. for program manager, and SPEED stands for Security Program Education Development. So if you are a security professional, which you all are, and you are interested in participating in the program, then you would be able to go to over 1,000 sites worldwide, and it's free, and you would take a 2-hour test that would be talking about the SFPC is one of the first core, and the Security Fundamental and Professional Certification is if you pass that assessment, it's your proof that you understand the concepts, principles, and practices of the security field in the 5 disciplines: industrial, information, personnel, physical, and general. And please do, before you get engaged with this program, please talk to your supervisor first. That's always a good start. Next is the next core is the Security Asset Protection Professional Certification. That is a test. As you pass that assessment, it will show that you not only understand the concepts, principles, and practices, but you're able to apply them, and passing that assessment proves it. Next is the IPC, Security Program Integration Professional Certification. That's when you not only understand, you're able to apply, you're also able to integrate into a risk management, program management environment. All 3 of the core certifications, they have been nationally accredited by the National Commission for Certifying Agencies, and you're saying, well, what does that mean to me? First of all, let's say it's free. Testing's free. Well, it's a test that you take and you become certified. Your name, if you pass the assessment, will go up to USDI. You'll be signed up at USDI and our DSS director, and you'll get a certificate and a lapel pin, like the one that you passed the assessment, within 90 days. And what that means is just like when you go into a doctor's office, you have to get a knee replacement. You see that certificate up on his wall. Well, it's saying that he's certified and accredited to do his work. So this, too, a national accreditation says that you are certified to do your work as a security professional. We have 4 of the specialty certifications as well as the 3 core. The purple pin that you see up there is Adjudicator Professional Certification, unique to the adjudicator community, and you must be an adjudicator in a billet to be eligible for that. The Physical Security Certification is down in red. It's the only certification that you do not have to take the SFPC in order to take the assessment. So the PSC, you do not have to have the SFPC as a prerequisite. The black lapel pin over here is the Special Program Security Certification. And then here up in the blue, which I'm sure many of you are interested in, is the Industrial Security Oversight Certification. So once you get in, talk to your supervisor, and you say, hey, I'm interested in the program, then go ahead to our website, which Chris has been going through today at cdse.edu, and go to the Learn About SPEED certification, and you'll see all kind of information like I'm talking about here today. But you'll also see the 10 steps to SPEED testing. And right here, the first one, which I mentioned, notify your supervisor of your intent to participate in SPEED program. And then you go ahead and you log on. So I'm sure you already have a STEP account, maybe. So if you don't, you'll need to get a STEP account for this. And then once you're signed into STEP, then you'll get an account through the My SPEED certification for our commercial testing provider. Also, for your convenience, down in a file share, the 10 steps are on a PDF for you, ready to download. Now, once you get your certificate, it's not over. You have to maintain your certificate, but it's not hard. Within 2 years, you have to get 100 professional development units, PDUs, and things like this webinar could be used as towards your PDUs. Half of them have to be security related, and the other half, they can be in things such as you like basket weaving or any type of course that you'd like to take. And probably your annual training you could use that as well, too, the annual training that you may use for your normal job duties. So if you have any questions or you like more detailed information, please send an email to speedcert@dss.mil, and we'll be happy to answer your questions and give you a little bit more insight about speed or get you started with sign up. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Okay, thank you very much. Now that we all know a little bit more about the SPEED certification, let's move on down our page to that Access, Security, Trading, and Job Aids quadrant. And let's start looking at those industrial security products and resources we've been talking about so far. Before we get started, though, those first three bullets that you see under that heading, those will all be found under the Take a Course heading on the new website. Okay, so we'll start with our eLearning, Open eLearning. You simply click. It'll take you to our course catalog page where it lists all of the eLearning courses currently available for you to participate in or with. What I have on our screen is our industrial security offering, and you'll notice there's quite a few of those. So if you look at this list and you say, I might be interested in taking a course, let's say the FSO role in the NIST course, you just click on the description. It'll take us to the catalog description page, and here you'll see everything you need to know about the course, how long it is, who the target audience is, and if you're interested, under quick links in the upper right, you just go ahead and click the sign up and you're in. Okay, so that's pretty easy stuff. Before we discuss our open e-learning, let's do a poll question to see if we're all on the same page in knowing what open e-learning really means. I know what it is here because we use it all the time, but I find that people outside of CDSE have different meanings for it. So the poll question I want you to answer is, what is an open e-learning course? Is it a course with no prerequisites? A course that's been modified so that those without clearances can complete it? Is it a course not requiring registration through STEP? Or is it a course with an open enrollment period? Go ahead and pick the most appropriate answer, and we will take it from there. Okay, it looks like most of us, almost 70% of us, think that it's a course that does not require registration through STEP. And if you chose that, you would be absolutely right. An open e-learning course, at least through CDSE, is a course that's available for anyone to take without having an account in our STEP system. You don't have to log in. You don't have to do any of those other things that go along with having a STEP account. You can just come to our website and take it. So let's see how we might be able to incorporate that into your security program. Again, we come back to our web page, and we're going to click on the Open eLearning. It takes us to the course catalog page listing all of the current open e-learning courses available for you to take. So you'll notice here that you don't see industrial security listed on this page, and that's because we currently don't have any industrial security courses on our open e-learning site. But that doesn't mean there's not things here that can help you. If you take a look, one I'd like to bring your attention to is under Information Security. It's our Derivative Classification Refresher course. Those of you who possess classified information and you generate classified information at your site, you may have people who are required every 2 years to be briefed or retrained. And this training will fit that bill. So we click on that. It takes us to the course description page for that open e-learning course. And this has a couple of things I want to bring your attention to, a little different than the last one we took a look at under e-learning. The first thing I'd like you to take a look at is the last sentence in that first paragraph. That basically tells you that this course meets the training requirements as outlined in the executive order and as stipulated in the NISPOM. So the work's already been done for you here. You just got to send your people here, have them take this course, and guess what? Bam, you've met your 2-year training requirement for those people who are derivative classifiers. Note 1, it could be of interest if someone's completing this course as part of a prerequisite for a CDSE course, that they would have to actually take this course through STEP in order to get credit for it. If they took it as an open e-learning course, it would not count as a prerequisite for any of our other courses. That's all that says to you. And note 2 is really kind of important to you. It tells you here that if you take it on this open e-learning site, there's not going to be any record maintained by CDSE or by STEP. So your student needs to make sure that they complete the course and any exams, and then they actually print the certificate and retain a copy of that as proof of successful completion. So if you're going to incorporate this into your training program, as the FSO or the security manager, you want to send your folks here, have them take the course, and then you want them to bring you back a copy of that certificate, and you would keep that on record as proof or validation that they met that training need. Pretty cool stuff. You take our courses, some of our courses, without having a STEP account. Really, I guess, low-cost way to have an excellent security program. Use what's already out there for you. All right, we're going to go back to our home page. We're going to move on down the list, and we're going to look at our instructor-led courses. Our instructor-led courses are pretty easy because we really only have one right now, and that is the Getting Started seminar for the new security officers. You see the description page on our screen, and this is a little different. It has the course schedule on the right-hand side. So all you have to do is choose the date and location which you're interested in attending, click on it, and then register to attend. Word of note about this slide, the first two that you see on that course schedule in March, both of the courses in March in California have recently just been canceled due to low enrollment. So that's unfortunate. I hate to see that happen because we try to get these out to you so you don't have to come back here to Maryland to take these courses. So if you see a course that's in your neck of the woods, you're interested in taking it, I urge you all to sign up today. Don't wait, because you always run the chance that if we don't get enough people or don't fill enough seats in those courses, we will have to unfortunately cancel those. So spread the word, and hopefully we'll see you out at one of those locations. Okay, we're back to our home base here, our web page, moving down our list, and the next thing that we're going to take a look at is our shorts. So let's go to our shorts page. Again, when you go to our shorts page, you're going to see all of the shorts that are available. What you see on the slide are just the industrial security shorts that are currently there for you to take. So if I can have Nancy enlarge this for us so I can see them. I'd just like to do a real quick run through so you're kind of clear on what these are. These shorts are really 10 to 15 minutes of information that will help to refresh your knowledge on a topic or provide quick access to information to help you do a job or complete a task. All you do is click on the go next to whichever topic you're interested in and launch the short, and you're in. So the first one that you see there is business structures, KMPs to clear or not to clear. That's basically a short that discusses the various business structures that participate in the NIST, and it helps to identify which KMPs or which positions need to be cleared as key management personnel in those business structures. The DD Form 254 short provides an overview of the 254, and it also directs you to other resources that are available on the CDSE website to help you understand that form better. And we'll talk about those in a little bit. The FOCI short gives you an overview of the FOCI process. So if you have any FOCI, foreign ownership, control, or influence at your company, you don't want to miss that. Hand carriage plans actually provides a little knowledge checks to help you identify correct procedures when preparing and executing transfer classified information to a foreign entity, and you're using a hand carriage plan. Industrial security for senior management, a great tool to share with your senior manager so they understand the important role that you play in the security posture at your company. It not only lets them understand the important role you play as a security officer, it also lets them know the important role that they play. I can tell you in my experience in this program, I've never seen a successful industrial security program without the support of the top management of the company. The next one under there you see is international visit request. If you send any folks overseas on classified visits, international visit request is one that you want to take a look at. NID process or national interest determinations, again, only pertains to those companies who fall under a special security agreement and require access to prescribed information. If you fall in that category, take a look at that. Or if it's something that you think may be in your future, you might want to take a look at that. The last two you see here, procuring GSA containers. Anyone who's interested in buying a new or used security container to protect classified information. A lot of good information here, all in one place. Only 10 or 15 minutes to get it all. And finally, you're a new FSO. Now what? I know many of you wear many hats. You're not strictly a security person at your company. So when you get this role of FSO, you're not quite sure what to do. We've kind of identified the major responsibilities of every FSO and given you some help with some additional products here at CDSE that can help you. So another good one to take a look at. All right, let's see what you think about our shorts. If you've taken any of our shorts or had the opportunity to review any of those, what short have you found most helpful? Or if you haven't yet, what do you think might be beneficial to you in your security program? You want to type in your answers? That would be great. Okay, the senior management short, one of my favorites. I think it's a good way. We know senior managers aren't going to take a 2 or 3 hour course. Here's a good way to get them the information they need to provide the support you need. The 254, insider threat, senior management. All right, a lot of good stuff. So again, if you haven't had an opportunity, 10 or 15 minutes of your time, and you get a lot of information right at your fingertips. So go ahead and try that in the near future. All right, we're going back to our home page, our web page here. And let's see what's next on our list is our webinars. Hopefully most of you are familiar with our webinar page since you're here today. But if you forgot how you got here today, let's just take a quick look at our webinar page. And there it is. That's what it looks like. You just take a look at what's coming up, click on the session you're interested in, and register. You also see a security speaker series, which is something kind of new here at CDSE. We're trying to bring in some high-level folks in important positions throughout the community to come in and share their knowledge with you. So keep an eye out for those in the coming months. But let's say you're not interested in these, but there was a webinar you missed or you'd like to revisit. Just come down and click on our webinar archives at the bottom of the page. And when you click on that, you go to a page full of all the webinars that we've presented in the past. And what you see on the screen again are just the industrial security ones that are available for you. The kind of cool thing about these is not only do you get to see the webinar, but you also get to have access to any of the question and answers that were asked and any of the handouts that may have been available during that live session. So take a look, see if there's anything there that might pique your interest, and then come back and take a look. Again, these are 30 minutes, so again, not a whole lot of time that you have to invest. All right, our next chat question. What do you like best about our Learn at Lunch webinars, or what changes would you like to suggest? Go ahead and write in your answers. You like that they're 30 minutes, so do I. And they were designed specifically in that time frame to meet the busy schedule of most of you. Again, we know that you're not all full-time security, and we know sometimes after we go over a certain time, you have to charge it to a contract, so we try to avoid all of that for you. It's easy to sign up. They not take too long. They're informative. We hope they are. We hope you're getting something out of them. Get some updates. Very good. All good reasons. So spread the word that you're finding these beneficial, and that hopefully you're getting some payback for the time that you are spending with us. So thank you all for participating. All right, we are back to our home page, our web page here for CDSE. And our next item, resource that we're going to take a look at is our job aids. So let's take a look at our job aids page. When you go to our job aids on the CDSE website, they are listed chronologically, the most recent up top. So they're not in any kind of order. You don't see all the industrial ones together. So you just have to scroll down and take a look to see if you can find what you're looking for, and eventually you will. Sometimes it's a little awkward or it takes a little bit more time, but you'll find what you're looking for. Just go ahead and scroll on up. And what I've done is I've captured the industrial security job aids that I thought might have been of interest to you. Real quick, I'll go through these with you. The first one you see is the FSO curricula brochure. This is the one that tells you about the required training each and every FSO is required to take once they become or designated as the FSO. Our DSS, the EFCL user guide, a good tutorial on the EFCL submission site. Easy, a lot of pictures, not a lot of reading. The same holds true with our ISSD job aid. We've kind of put it together nice and easy so you'll use it. I'll tell you, we used to just put the user guides out there and nobody used them because nobody likes to read, and I'm with you there. So we've tried to make it a little bit more visual for you, so check those out if you haven't. Our self-inspection handbook, the last one on that page, is probably one of the most viewed items on the CDSE web page. All of us have to do a self-inspection or self-assessment, and here's a guide to lead you through that. I'll also give you a little tip that there's going to be change to the NISPOM coming out sometime soon, I'm not sure when. But when that comes out, there's going to be a requirement for insider threat self-assessment, and CDSE is already updating this book to be consistent with that new change. So hopefully when that change is published, we'll have this handbook updated and out for your use as well. The others that you might be interested in are DD Form 254 resources. We have 4 of them, and I probably think these are probably our most underutilized products that we have. You know, I've been involved in this program for over 30 years, and 254s have been a problem as long as I've been involved. And we have some good tools here that might help you understand this form a little better. The first one is an original 254. It's just an electronic fillable version of the 254. The second is an enhanced DD Form 254 with information pop-ups, drop-downs, and a item 13 continuation page. What we've done is we've put some drop-downs to make it harder for you to mess it up, basically. So we've taken the guesswork out of some of those where we could do that. And we also took all the information in the guide preparing the 254 and included it in an information bubble and the appropriate item number on that form. So you got 2 products in one, basically. We've also have how to complete the DD Form 254 Performance Support Guide, which is like a mini course that tells you about the 254, includes some hints and tips, and also includes some common security clauses that you might find in a classified contract. And then, of course, the guide for the preparation of the 254, which most of us, I think, are pretty familiar with. And our last job aid that you see there is the Administrative Inquiry Job Aid for Industry. And that would be something you'd want to use if you ever had a violation at your company and you had to do an investigation or an administrative inquiry to find out what went wrong to make sure it doesn't happen again. That's an excellent guide for you to take a look at and help you through that process, especially if you've never done it before. All right, our last chat question. What do you like or dislike about the toolkit? That's where we're going to go next on our webpage. So before I start telling you about it, tell me what you like or don't like about it. You like the mobile version? I do too. I carry it on my phone and have used it more than once. I'm sure you guys out there working this stuff every day use it frequently as well. It's comprehensive, the number of topics, good reference materials. Let's see, it's very useful, very comprehensive. All right. Not always sure which category something fits in. I agree with that one too. And I'll see maybe if we can think about doing something with that in the future. All right, good, plenty of information. It is plenty of information. And here's my little editorial when it comes to the FSO Toolkit or really any of our toolkits. If you don't look at anything else on our website, go and take a look at one of those 12 toolkits that we have available to you under Access Toolkits on the bottom of our page. We're going to be talking about the FSO Toolkit, but all those toolkits have really good information. There's one called Protecting Your Identity that's new, you see there. That was actually created after the OPM breach. So if you're concerned about your identity, take a look at that, see if there's anything in there that you weren't aware of or anything that you might be able to do that can protect yourself in the So let's take a look at our FSO Toolkit. And this is the home page. We have our products categorized by, I'll say, 10 major FSO responsibilities, where it's hard to find things. Remember that comment we had in our previous question? There might be some of those products where you might have categorized somewhere different. This was us sitting here trying to figure out where to put these things. So it could be a little tricky from that aspect. But if you look at these, if you can, one of these tasks, let's say you're doing something with your facility clearance. Okay, logically, I want to look at my facility clearance topic here. So if you just kind of use a little common sense and logic, hopefully we'll be able to find most of what you're looking for here. So let's just give this a whirl. Let's say we're looking to enhance our refresher briefing that we're doing. We've been doing it the same for a couple of years. You'd like to kind of make it a little bit more interesting, not sure what to do. So I'd come here and I'd say, okay, let me look at that security education page. I'll click on it. It takes me, this is half of it. I'll show you the other half on the next slide. Well, right as I open it up, and I'll ask Nancy to make this a little larger for us, under sample briefings for you to customize, right there it pops out to me. There's refresher briefing newsletter sample, a template. There's additional information for refresher briefings. All right, I didn't even know those products exist, and I just found them by coming to this page. And that's pretty cool stuff. So let's look at the rest of the page. And look at that. There's all kind of training to offer employees. I could take some of those short snaps, some of the information out of those e-learning courses and incorporate it into my refresher training and I have a much better product. You know, we're all required to do refresher training. If you got to do it, you might as well make it worth the people's while that are coming. Make sure they learn something and know something. Just don't do it to do it because the NISPOM tells you to. Okay? And this is a good way to enhance that. See, don't recreate the wheel if you don't have to. Come here, see what's available, and use it. Make it work for you. All right? So our toolkits. The other thing I'll say about our toolkit is that we are committed at CDSE to keeping the information current and up to date for you. We don't want to just park this stuff in this toolkit and walk away and say, okay, do with it what you want. We have a pretty extensive review plan here at CDSE, an annual plan to review every page, every item, every link in this toolkit to make sure that it's current and up to date. So that's our commitment to you. And hopefully, if you're going through the toolkit and you do find something that isn't working right, or perhaps something new has come out, bring that to our attention. And you'll notice on the bottom of the page, there is a email address, industrialsecurity.training@dss.mil. And if you just send us an email, let us know what you found that wasn't right, or perhaps what new product you're aware of, and we can get that in there pretty quickly for you. So the updates to this are quick and easy on our part, at least. So you'll find a lot of good information here in this toolkit. Take advantage of it. And that about does it for our industrial security products and resources. I hope you all learned something new, or that we discussed a product that you'll be able to take and put it into your security program. Remember, as I think Mary mentioned, all of our stuff is free, except for your time. It is really free. And I say that because, you know, a lot of people say there's nothing free. I just got a free dog a week ago, and last Friday we had an emergency visit to the vet, and it cost us $600. That dog was not free, but we love her anyway. But this stuff really is free, so take advantage of it. It's good stuff, and it's all there to help you have a more effective security program. Okay? We do have a few minutes for a couple questions. So let's see what we have here. One of them is, are archived webinars part of the toolkit? And they are. Whenever we have a webinar that fits into one of those 10 responsibilities that you saw on our home page or the main page of the toolkit, we'll make sure they're included there under the training. Another question came in is, does CDSE have any contracting officer representative training? And we do not at CDSE, but there is a Defense Acquisition University, has a lot of training that might help you in that respect. Someone would like to see a self-inspection guide tailored to non-possessing. I want to tell you the self-inspection guide, we don't have one for non-possessors, but that self-inspection guide is designed so it can be customized to any company. There are 5 or 6 items, categories that apply to all companies, and after that it's up to you and your company's involvement with classified information to customize it to what's happening at your facility. We have, let's see, another question that we have here has to do with the speed testing, and it is there a testing fee? And I will let Mary answer that. And the other one I'd like Mary to answer is, what percentage of FSOs are certified in speed? Mary?
Hi, thanks, Chris. Yes, there is a requirement for 100 PDUs within a 2-year period of attaining your speed certification, and those are easy to get. Like I mentioned earlier, you can get them through a webinar such as this. You can get them through any of the free courses that are offered here at CDSE. Plus, you can also get them in something as basket reading or things that you may be interested in. Just half of them, 50, have to be security related. And the other question regarding if there's a fee for speed testing is free. And there's another question, what percentage of FSOs are certified in speed? That's contained in our stats. Would you please send that into the speedcert@dss.mil mailbox? Most of the people, I will say, most of the people that are certified in speed for the most part are not FSOs. We're seeing a climb in them. So it is improving with the amount that we have, but as far as the actual percentage, most of them are with the Defense Security Service. I'll have to see if I can actually release that figure. So if you could just send it to speedstart@dss.mil. Thank you for that and your understanding. Let's see, Chris, are there any more here for speed? Yeah. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Again, please send them to speedstart@dss.mil. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mary. All right, that's it for the time we have available for our questions. There are some questions we did not get to. We will answer those, and we'll make sure they get posted to our webinar archive. So if you didn't hear your answer here live, I'll keep an eye out on our webpage, our webinar archive page that I showed you earlier, and we'll have those posted there with all of the ones we did have a chance to get to today. Okay. We have one last slide, I guess, and that is really to thank. First, I'd like to thank Mary for helping us out and giving you all the information you need about the speed certification program. And I'd like to thank Nancy, working behind the scenes to keep us on track and on time. Thank you, Nancy. And lastly, I'd like to thank all of you for taking the time to come to today's webinar. I hope you are now more familiar with the industrial security products and resources we have available to you. Not only that you're more familiar with them, but you take advantage of them and use them in your program. These webinars really are a good opportunity, and we're glad that you continue to take